Hi, my name is JB Minton, and I'm a writer, consciousness advisor professional, and I practice transcendental meditation every day for years. This is Terms of Enlightenment, and what you're reading here is not television criticism. It's not fan theory. It's not a love letter to David Lynch. My new book is called Enlightenment and Twin Peaks, applying the Vedic science of consciousness to a great work of art. The central argument is simple, and it will change how you see Twin Peaks. David Lynch's decades of daily transcendental meditation didn't just influence Twin Peaks, it structured it around Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's 7 states of consciousness. And when you learn to see that structure, you stop being a viewer and you become an active, witnessing participant in art. Chapter 3 is titled Cooper Arrives, the Awakened Detective. This is where the framework becomes a living thing. Most viewers watched Dale Cooper arrive in Twin Peaks and saw a charming eccentric, a quirky FBI man with a dictaphone and a weakness for cherry pie. What this chapter shows you is something else entirely. Cooper arrives operating at level 3 consciousness, that's waking awareness, engaged with objects and evidence in the rational world. But something is already different about him. His Tibetan rock throwing method, his trust in dreams as investigative tools, his willingness to settle beyond thought and let knowledge arise from silence. These aren't personality quirks, they are documented markers of level 4 transcending, the state Maharishi described as consciousness experiencing itself directly as pure being. Cooper doesn't just have hunches. He accesses knowledge through a mechanism most people don't even know exists. And then comes the Red Room dream. Chapter 3 walks you through that dream with precision, not as surrealist imagery to be decoded, but as a demonstration of how consciousness moves between levels, what it finds there, and why that access without full integration carries real danger. Cooper touches level 4. He also encounters Bob in the same dream. That is not a coincidence. That is the teaching. By season 2, Cooper begins his approach to level 5 cosmic consciousness, and chapter 3 shows you exactly what that looks like in his behavior, language, and relationship to uncertainty. When Cooper tells Harry, I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it will be a place both wonderful and strange, that sentence is not poetry. It is a man operating from 2 levels of consciousness simultaneously. When you finish chapter 3, you will never watch Cooper the same way again. You'll understand why his method works, not because he's brilliant, but because he's integrated. You'll understand what it means to trust knowledge that arises from silence, and you'll begin to see the fault line, the place where Cooper's openness, his extraordinary gift, becomes the very thing that will eventually break him. This chapter is the hero's origin story told in the language of consciousness science. Joseph Campbell would recognize the structure. Maharishi would recognize the mechanism. Lynch built both into a single character, and this chapter makes the architecture visible. Chapter 3 is available to read now for paid subscribers on Terms of Enlightenment, but the first and final chapters are free during this book launch program. Paid subscribers also get access to the full archive, including Twin Peaks class and the second edition of my extensive analysis and appreciation for every second on screen of Twin Peaks: The Return. They also get what's coming, deeper access as this project grows. If this conversation is one you want to be a part of, if you're tired of consuming Twin Peaks and ready to practice it, the upgrade link is in the description. This is where the real work begins, and it's happening below.